Travelers. Dry rivers lie beneath angry skies. A traveler's feet knows no defeat. Between open roads, he found closed minds, children of Father Time. Mother Nature knows they were here first. We were here first. Before let there be light, there was darkness. But beauty dies in the eyes of a beholder. We never knew that a traveler's mind is already there. We are already there. Travelers in time through black and white roads, crafted souls of Azania, destined for the present. We are given a chance to live by our forefathers, to use our forbidden hands, to repossess native lands of African culture and morality. At times, we forget that we carry a heart in our movement, born to beat time. Let your heart beat time. Let your heart beat time. Your art is a movement, a move meant for the inner voice to give shape to the minds of your children. Deep down, the dead drown of our mothers' tears. Mothers who long to share this native land with ancient fellows of the conquering sun. People who know that to grow is to know. My African citizens of the past, sons and daughters of the forgotten paramount parents, imprisoned onto the hands of time into the present. Dear Africans, speak as the word leads. Speak as the word leads. Speak the language of gunshot. Shoot straight to the heart. Words are meant for the heart to feed. Speak of how, at times, caves resembles open graves, a hiding place for African slaves where silent screams from frail dark noises transverse to the heart covered of craft tell them that in Africa, living is hard, but leaving is harder. We surrender our freedoms for life, sons and daughters of dust designed by the wind for war. We are fragile beings. We are rolling stones, falling on fatal scenes. Our dreams bear no names. We sleep to broken dreams. We sleep to broken dreams. When the rich man says, beggars can't be choosers, we, children of a sinking township, beg to differ, and that is our choice. When the definition of we are caught up between a rock and a hard place mean sacrificing our homes for your purpose, life feels much like a dead end. We have played duck with the presence of our Father's absence enough to know second comings only come once. We are the second coming we are waiting for. Our Father's hands were too busy digging the sand, building mansions on our land, even though you knew the land belonged to those who grew out of it and not those who landed. I will tell you about home, a place out of place, where the morning endures a dew that soon turns our smiles into a broken afternoon, a bed made out of our floors in a house with 4 rooms and none for improvement. The rich man knows. He knows our mother's hands for machines whose motion knocks doors down to put food on the table. How the night within us carries teeth that knows her palms for plate. And sometimes when hunger strikes, we bite the hand that feed us. I'll tell you about home, a place that never gives our dreams a chance. We grow to take chances. Eternity has left us in the hands of time for us to build ourselves perfect homes, but our bricks are too busy transporting us to places only the mind can visit, in search of a home for the heartless, where charity begins for the homeless. I'll tell you about home. I will tell you about home. The break of dawn has taught us to rise from these floors with every sunrise, eclipse the moon with our third eye. How that can be the last thing you do before you die. Eclipsing the moon with your third eye can be the last thing you do before you die. So when the rich man says, beggars can't be choosers, we, children of a sinking township, beg to differ, and that is our choice. Set songs of the South. Uhuru. An undiscovered dream. There are young raging revolutions, spoken words revolving on my tongue. Rituals of truth, performed by mocking birds, captured in tears falling down the eyes of a man with uncertain footsteps, stick in hand. Wearing a torn brown gown, faith shaking in voice, singing set songs of the South about how each one eats one here in a place called home, where parents teach their children how to lie low down on their backs and throw their bleeding eyes into the blue skies to see where their time flies. But in disguise, they watch September crumbling down into 11 pieces, 7 rainbow colors, the moon, the sun, blood, and the gun. See here, bullets are not for you to keep, but each good shot you take lives with us, mothers of struggle chains, cold-blooded fathers, bottled slaves, sisters who mastered the art of digging shallow graves and building tombs out of wombs, cocoons of sleeping giants. Us, the silent suicidal sons rising with heavy guns amidst foreign lands where history repeats, set tunes for firewood children to dance, children whose mothers cannot afford to glance at the blood spread all over the hands of time. So instead, our mothers sing as of a bird with a broken wing. They sing of homemade broken bones, unfortunate descendants, fallen souls. They sing of stabbed wounds, terminated smiles, shut eyes, swallowed tears. They sing of lost souls meandering into a direction of no liberation, to a place called home, with no walks in the park, where no one walks down the aisle, just a pile of breathless bodies and homeless homies. Blood, blood, a divine stream flowing out of a torn heart into a red sea, where one can only see a reflection of nothing but a dead nation walking in silence, singing set songs of the South. Uhuru is nothing but a dream. When you grow to see lives perish at an infant age, Uhuru is nothing but a dream. When a place that you call home smells of blood, Uhuru is nothing but a dream. When our mothers know nothing of sleep but to weep in a silent suicidal voice to a lost generation about how we lost generations in pursuit of freedom. Nothing but a dream, undiscovered. Uhuru is nothing but a dream, undiscovered. Dear Azania, mother of Biko, we, sons and daughters of dust, gaze into your eyes. In hopes we find answers to questions of mankind, only to find a bag of questions questioning the worth of silence. We know that golden is silence broken, yet in this here part of the world, action speaks louder than words spoken. The strings of our hearts woven as portraits of slumbering descendants, crumbling infants crawling down the shadows of a dying dream, a desert beneath fading skin, inevitable fear embedded within a heart exposed, dry like modern rivers. Screams, screams emerging 6 feet off the ground, too deafening for your silence. There are too many blood streams for silence, too many broken dreams for silence. Azania. It is far much better to lose your golden silence into shattered pieces of spoken words. Leave them lingering like the smell of a last breath, because who doesn't belong to divine days? Divine nights of moonlight and stars hanging up the face of the sky as dreaded eyes of a newborn, sharp enough to break dawn out of dusty nights into dark days down memory lane, where lips are never taught of smile, a sad truth hidden in madness, how hands can plow seeds of joy but daily rip tears of sadness, with no rain embedded in the womb of the sky for clean waters to break, cleanse these dark days of our lives. There is nothing bold and beautiful in the eyes of colorblind beholders. Can you see us beyond the color of our skin? Listen to the silence buried between parts of our speech, fading into walls that bear spirits of our forefathers, whose hymns are lullabies to our mothers, mothers who first seek your sun to shine, to speak sense into the hands of time to cover us. Residues of misplaced lands, nothing short of dust. Like reptiles, the sun will cover us as we breathe dust, as we eat from dust, as we sweat dust. Azania. If your third eye is not ashamed of its nakedness, then reach for insight right from each concrete cage of our lungs. Then teach our words on these pages to run with the wind, a lullaby for our mothers. Mothers who first seek your sun to shine, to speak sense into the hands of time to cover us. Eternity has left us in the hands of death, at the mercy of death, forgetting that we too are worth waking up to the morning light with divine words stuck in our minds, our oppressed and suppressed minds. Azania. We can only long to unchain secrets of your long forgotten truth. Never mind the oppressor, my youth. Powerful is the mind of the oppressed. Powerful is the mind of the oppressed. Dream. Dream today what tomorrow has never promised you. Become what life has never thought of you. Change without sacrifice changes nothing at all. Fall. Crawl before you can have it all. Paint your desires on the wall. Watch them as they grow tall. When change seems small, learn to give it your all. The harder you go, the closer you become. It is how hard you hit the ground that determines how much you become wise. No matter how hard you fall, you are bound to rise. I was taught by persistence to find a teacher in experience. Drinking from a flowing river of experience, I stepped on footprints left behind by great minds, heroes of this land. Those who understood the burning of the sun on their hands. They say life will always offer a second chance. The reason I drink from a flowing river of experience, I seek the rain that used to wet the African soil and nourish the beauty of this land. The rain that used to cheer flowers and farmers as they dance, clapping their hands, welcoming the heavenly graces that favored us in many ways for infinite days. So dream today what tomorrow has never promised you. Become what life has never thought of you.